Suddenly, I find that I'm beneath the butt of the full moon again. Miss D is still in her tiny whale, and Compiler is still setting up high-yield explosives. It's as if everything in that dark space never happened. Everything's quiet. No one knows a thing, but I'm certain everything that just happened was real. Did you just experience something uncanny? Huh? Elizabeth, did you see it too? No, our level of insight has fallen for the time being due to our injuries. We only know this thanks to a warning issued by the Queen's Lights. Now, what did you see? Wait a moment, leave the experiences aside and only state your conclusion for the time being. In short, what must be due? The two buds we're originally planning to destroy won't be enough. You need to destroy all of them. Don't leave a single one intact. Even when we're in tip-top shape, this would be outright impossible. Our combined efforts can destroy more, yes, but we still must pick and choose. Don't worry, reinforcements are on their way. Reinforcements? Yeah! Assistant! Elizabeth! The butt! It's moving! What? As indicated, the sepals in the butt of the full moon slowly open. The horde in the distance begins to ride in unison with them. Oh no, we don't have much time until it blooms. Let's try this one as planned right away. Then we return to the Rose Tower. We'll have Lion's fleet meet up with us there. Things are changing by the second. We need to make a new plan. Later. The first stage of the operation went smoothly. Our high-yield explosive had successfully destroyed the butt of the full moon. Everyone successful returned to the tower before it exploded as well. However, many other buds around the Royal Islands unfolded their sepals and bloomed, creating singularities that connected to other worlds. The extra-dimensional horde washed upon the buds like a tidal wave before being ripped to shreds by them. It is exactly like what Elizabeth Meta had seen. During this meeting, I tell all of our allies about the need to destroy every single bud. Add that the arbiter named Chariot is on her way to this world with an army of Antiochus. Destroying every bud in order to protect every world, eh? You're ambitious. I like that. Lion, you can't be seriously considering... I haven't said yes yet. Commander, your goals are lofty. You haven't convinced us all that they're feasible yet. Let me ask you 2 questions before I'm satisfied. Go on. You told us about the relationship between the Sirens and Antiochus, as well as the Experimentation Division. But first, when is Chariot coming here? Will she be here before the Mimic entities appear? Second, can we even rely on her, or is she going to kill us along with them? I don't know exactly when she'll be here. We're using an emergency communication channel. Given the Arbiter's usual quick action, she should get here on time. Regarding your second question, the X and the Antiochus always fight until one side is eradicated. Even if she did try to kill us too, she'd only do it once the X threat was gone. We'd have plenty of time to escape. I'm hearing a whole lot of should. Lives are on the line here. Can't be sure yourself, I'm not quite convinced either. Though, I feel like your courage. As big a gamble as it might be, if we win, we can save hundreds of worlds and build a relationship with an Arbiter. If we lose, I'm happy to accept the fruits of victory, but I'm not interested in burning defeats. Things look bleak, my people and I take our leave. Don't blame us for that. I won't. Raise your retreat if necessary too. I want to save as many worlds as I can, but I want to avoid unnecessary sacrifice. That includes myself and my friends. Good, let's discuss details. My ray of hope is Chariot leading an army of Antiochus in and annihilating all the Mimic entities. We don't know when they'll arrive, and once enough corpses pile up, Mimic entities are guaranteed to come. What can we actually do here? We can spread out the extra-dimensional corpses as much as possible. If we draw their attention and disperse them across the wider area, rather than piling up their corpses near the butt of the full moon, we may delay their arrival. Even if the Mimic entities do appear, we can buy time if they appear in an area of our choosing rather than near the buds. In that case, what if we draw them toward the Rose Tower itself? It's a symbol of the Royal Navy in this very world. As long as it stands, we will live on forever. Any hostiles who encroach upon us, land or water, are those who hope for our downfall. If that be their desire, then they must first destroy the Rose Tower. A symbol of the Royal Navy? No way. Is this tower a conceptual weapon all this time? Indeed. If we change it to interception mode, the Horde is sure to target it. When they do, we can divide them into combat sectors and conquer them one by one. Not a bad plan. Your thoughts, servants? We have the Humvee advantage by the tower. A defensive battle is the best place to take advantage of compiler strengths, too. Let's go with this strategy. Then I will change the tower's mode. Give me 3 hours, if you please. This will be our final moment of rest before battle without end. Relax as much as you can manage, everyone. It's an old song. Test site SQ4577486, Royal Islands, Rose Tower. As the Rose Tower entered charging mode, the walls of nearby buildings were gradually encased in lights. Having temporarily left the front, Glorious used the remaining time to host a tea party, hoping to socialize with the other metas. Lion and Elizabeth went together to discuss the details of their alliance. They didn't want to leave ambiguities in the event of an emergency retreat. As for me, I went to Repulse meta and Renown meta to talk about the things that happened in the past. I should add that my intention with this wasn't to stop them from going to the tea party. It's just Repulse calmly murmur that she could sympathize with the girl, but at least she had tea to drink for the past 100 years. She didn't seem too keen on going to the tea party. I'm glad no one else heard that sad line. So you wish to know what happened in World Alpha? As you may or may not know, everyone who left Alpha, including us, has more or less forgotten everything about that place. Or rather, we have false memories. Furthermore, we are completely unaware of this issue until we realize it on our own. What this means is that, frankly, even I am not sure how much my memories are true. That being said, I do vividly remember the thing you want to know about. Fight until the last light has faded. That was indeed the order that the Council gave us at the time. We also already know that there are no survivors from the Northern Parliament among the ashes. The reason for that is very simple. They all sank in battle. You called me driven by obsession. You should have a good look in the mirror. Project Dawn is the biggest obsession of them all. I think it's your ray of hope. You couldn't be more wrong. It's an express ticket to your downfall. Being close to it brings misfortune. You know what happened to the people involved in this project? I can tell you. Don't answer. I'll tell you either way. The project planner went out with a fleet to test a new experimental device. Then, poof, none of them were ever seen again. Then the project was suspended and became an accessory to a separate project. And when that project started, our entire fleet, as well as our last admiral, were all sacrificed. Not a single survivor. Fight until the last light has faded. That's what they all said. Thoughts their death, let someone else have their chance to live. This is what Project Dawn is. It's the obsession's been passed down. If there's something related to Project Dawn, why did the Northern Parliament give up on retreating? It's because someone had to protect the Aurora City and maintain the weather conditions required for a retreat. The Parliament had always been one pushing for Project Dawn. It was also the Parliament that volunteered to perform this final undertaking. After the fight until the last light has faded order was issued, the Parliament's final naval commander, Admiral Mikhail, took his fleet and set sail. That was the last time I witnessed with my own eyes, and it was the end of the Northern Parliament in World Alpha. Admiral Mikhail? Wait a moment. If we adopt this plan, there may be a chance of success. However, I must ensure that the jamming device remains operational as long as possible. In the meantime, we'll have to hold the line while evacuations are carried out. In other words, we already know this, Dr. Oust. We've taken it upon ourselves to build upon the framework. The meeting is now adjourned. Fortunately, our proposed amendment did not pass the United Council's vote. As a result, we will continue with our original plan instead. It is time to make a decision, General Commander. That's it. It was him. So strange. It's like some of the fog over my memory is lifted as soon as I heard his name. I can't quite remember how he looked though. Something else is coming back to me. Activating system. Connecting to command system. So, Admiral Mikhail, are you pleased with the collaboration? I had a look at all the testing data. I must say I'm impressed. The collaboration with the Dragon Emperor yielded Moon, one of Ironblood yielded Fortress, and the one for our Navy yielded Enlightenment. Now our motherland creates Scythe. It is War Protocol series of 4 units. What can finally he began on creating the Council's new task force. I eagerly look forward to seeing their performance in battle. Scythe, Fortress, and Moon. They're in the reporting caravan showed me. But who or what is Enlightenment? The Rose Tower's glow became brighter as the charging continued. The sky was illuminated faintly, providing a noble backdrop to this pre-battle tea time. The cannon fire at the outer perimeter is getting louder. Should we really be sitting here while Compiler is erecting defenses as fast as she could? The enemy will not come after us until the Rose Tower's mode change is complete. Do not be alarmed, Grenville. There is plenty of time. Precisely. Enjoy your tea while this momentary lull lasts. Alright? Excessive formality spoils the tea. So why don't we have a little chat? Sure, propose a topic. You ladies already know my past. I don't know much about yours. I don't see as many metas in one place either. Would you mind if I inquired about you? Not a half bad topic for tea posse. Grenville, you start. Eh? Me? We know why you're nervous. Did you experience something like this before now? Did your world go through something similar to ours then? Many things were different then, but yeah. I did have some quiet time before my big battle. My home was from a test site where we and the Sirens just kept killing each other. Well, to be fair, they were the first ones to propose peace to share the technology with us. Then one day they finally snapped and turned hostile to us. For all the good times we had back then, we suffered doubly as hard afterward. Our world wasn't reset, but the hell we went through was even worse. Red Side survived thanks to Her Majesty's leadership. We also brought what few survivors were left to safety. I decided to stay by her side after that and pledge my sword to her. We speculate that the Experimentation Division in that world wanted to create a civilization with a certain degree of scientific ability, tear it down, and cultivate a new one from its ashes. That's why they didn't utterly destroy it. It's also why Grenville, among others, could be saved. All this time, I believe the Sirens were unwavering allies. What an extreme story. All manner of experimentation divisions. In the end, they are but machines blindly following the orders given to them. In some worlds, they are allies. In others, they are invaders that one must fight to the death against. What about Compiler, who's aiding us as we speak? Is she like that? Her. She made an exception, which is to say, she's an ally among any doubt. What's relief? Erebus, could you share your history with me? My past isn't much to talk about. I was wounded in a brutal battle. In my despair, I chose metamorphosis. Later, Her Majesty came and made me stable. I fought under her ever since then. As for my world, it fared better. Sirens were defeated before they completed their resets. Hunter, on the other hand, you were even luckier, weren't you? Sudden mention. Yes, my world was a bit unique. Having walked this path with Her Majesty for as long as I have, it's become apparent how absurdly lucky we were. Much like this place, we initially coexisted with the Sirens and got on well. That is until X's influence began to spread, and mimic entities popped up across the globe. In either case, we would have fought the enemy entities and barely come out on top, or we would have been annihilated. However, almost as soon as the fighting began, an Arbiter appeared. He chose to fight the entities with us, and completely expelled all of them from our world before they could propagate. The Arbiter then made a decision. All the experiments in our world would end, the experimentation branch would be dissolved, and our very test site would be excluded from the Antiochus's database. To do this, I had a worldwide cognitive alteration, erasing every last taste of Antiochus and X. Then there was I. I had already seen the truth and could not choose ignorance, so the Arbiter brought me with her. I can remember naught after that point. Everything that happened after that, which Arbiter it was that saved me. All of it, gone. I do remember is wandering the wasteland by myself, followed by meeting Her Majesty and Miss D. Ever since that day, I fought by her side. It was quite the bizarre experience. It seems like the Arbiters are more unknowable than the experimentation divisions are. They are self-realized machines given complete personalities. It's a little surprised they cannot be predicted. What are you, Sheffield? I hear you, Repulse, and Renown are painted. Are you for the same world? Well, I do not share a world of origin with them. I have known them for quite some time. Broadly speaking, we met very shortly after they left their home. Afterward, the three of us fought together for a long time under the same organization until we got separated during a major operation. Following that, I met Her Majesty and decided I would work with her. I apologize for the sparse details. To explain my past requires too much additional context to fit in a chat at the spare table. It's alright, we've already told me it's more than sufficient. There really is so much beyond this world. Love to hear the second group stories someday. It's not as though they can't hear what we're saying at this tea party. Pardon? What do you mean? We know, Glorious. We know this tower's secret as well as why you locked yourself here alone for all this time. I see. Glorious pauses for a moment, then takes a silent sip of her tea. I am the final glory of the Royal Navy. No matter what happens, I must not fall. At that moment, the Rose Tower pierced the sky with its lights. The clouds that covered the Royal Islands for 100 years cleared up for the first time. It was as though the earth, the hills, the rivers, everything that remained in this land had some sort of connection to the Rose Tower. Rose Tower existed on the Royal Islands, and the Royal Islands also existed inside the Rose Tower. As for Glorious, she turned into a specks of light and disappeared into thin air as soon as the tower's light shone. Huh? Glorious is gone! We must knew. We knew this was coming. Don't worry about her. I just traded inside the tower to fulfill the duty imposed on her. We'd better prepare ourselves too. Come, the battle is starting.